I am currently building a video game reseller app and giving updates all along the way. Last month, I left you guys off at kind of a dark place because we were running into some pretty serious issues with API integrations, basically harvesting data from other sites that we need to give results for games that people search for so they know how much to pay for them. But today I have two really exciting updates for you guys that I'm going to share. The first one, I don't know if it'll be first. Look at this. Look at this. OneUp is actually an app. Just in this one little screenshot, you can see all the work that went into figuring out the name and all of the logo concepting, and of course, all the work that made it into an actual thing that is now on my phone. So I want to take you guys through the very clunky version 1 demo of the actual software, but first also give you also somewhat hopeful update on the API situation, because as of a couple weeks ago at this point, I haven't filmed in a while, we did hear back from Amazon and are able to use their data and see sales, not history, but current listings of all kinds of different, basically every different video game that is sold on Amazon. We can get all of those prices in different conditions and also show fee calculations as well, so that we can show people what their net profit would be on an item, any item that they're looking at in store, on Facebook Marketplace, in a potential deal. So that is really good. The slight downside is that eBay has been less than ideal to work with. eBay, if you somehow see this, I love you so much. I will get you cookies. Please give us access to your data. Their application process has been, first of all, their link to even apply for their API was broken, so we had to contact customer service manually and get an actual working link, submit the application, and we keep trying to ping them and say, hey, can you get to this? Can you get to this? And we're hitting a wall with eBay. So that's the unfortunate thing, that the original idea for the version 1 of the app is that you can see data of price charting, Amazon, and recent eBay sales all at once. The reason that this is important is because price charting is an aggregation of recent eBay sales, but if an item has gone up or down significantly in price very recently, the price charting value won't necessarily register that for a month or two. So there's a little bit of a delay because they're working with so much data. So I really wanted to be able to show sort of the full picture with the most recent eBay results, the price charting aggregation relative to condition, and then also the Amazon sales listings in all different kinds of conditions to give people a full idea of the value of a game that they're looking at. And then if it's also something that we buy, also show the price that we pay. We're not going to be able to launch with that full suite, it seems. We are still working on eBay, but I do think that if I had to pick two that were most important, it would be Amazon and price charting. So I'm happy about that, happy that we can move forward with the original model. There is still a huge question as to how much to charge for the thing, which I will probably dedicate an entire video to because it's very complicated and I have not made up my mind yet. I don't think that it will be the full $50 a month on the premium tier, but I am still fully invested in putting out a totally free version that people can use if they just want to track their collection and keep up with prices and things like that, if you're not like an actual video game reseller. Now, for the fun part, folks. All right, folks, I'm going to try to give you a little first-person view here. Oh, check it out. Here's the actual home screen, at least the version 1 of it. You can see we've got a few different like little collection or quick flip statistics here. We've got our menu screen up here, which will give you access to Discord or account information, settings, support, all that good stuff. Then over here, you can go to your collection. You can see I've added a couple games to my collection, Guitar Hero Metallica for some reason, and Mario Kart Wii. You can see the total of the games, and it calculates the value relative to the condition that you've set. So that's just, that's such a cool feature that it's already showing. Search, let's see if this works in real time here. Let's search for a classic, Pokemon Yellow. And okay, look at that. Let's look at the search result relevance, because this is a big thing. So we've got Game Boy Pokemon Yellow, PAL version of Pokemon Yellow, Blue and Yellow Pokemon Controller. Seems like decently relevant results for me. Japanese Pokemon Yellow, so let's go ahead to the English version. There we go. Look at, okay, so let's break down the data that you can see here. Up here, you will eventually be able to see the cover art of the game. I believe we're working on that. The quick flip offer is not available because we don't buy this game in complete condition, right? Like with the box and everything, and that is the value that it's pulling from price charting here. We do buy it, however, in loose condition, and look at that. It automatically switched over to loose condition for, you know, what it's calculating here, and then also shows the quick flip offer of what we are buying it for. Then down here, this little section still needs some work because I'm pretty sure that right now the $12 and $35 profit, I don't think that necessarily, yeah, that doesn't seem like it's really updating. And you can't like toggle any of these either. Eventually I'd like to make that you know, a real feature and also have the highlighted condition correlated to what is up here. That's, you know, part of what we'll release with version 1. So that was the search feature. We also have, oh, I wish I had a game here to scan, because you can scan a game as well through this with the barcode scanner feature, just with, you know, your phone's camera. There's the lots feature, which we have not developed yet. That's not in this version. And then there is quick flips as well. And check this out. This is really cool. So this is the version 2.0 of what is basically our current buy list program. And look at this. We've got all of the condition guidelines, all of the, like, everything that you need to know for, like, okay, if it's missing a charger, you'll get, you know, minus $5, 50% or more deduction for, like, significant condition issues, that kind of thing. And then this is something people have been asking for too. We've got actual examples of acceptable and unacceptable conditions that you'll have to scroll through before actually selling to us through the OneUp app. And folks, that feature in particular is something that a lot of our wholesale partners have actually been asking for, so I'm so excited that even in this clunky version 1, it's already been implemented, right? The last thing that I wanted to show is this little like mock-up version, because this is the version that it gets sent to me from our designer, Josh, and it's just super cool to be able to click through here. So like this is the mocked up version of like, okay, in the app, like just from a design perspective, like here's how we're introducing people, and then you can scroll down like you would on an actual screen, basically for the whole process that we were already talking about. And then a big thing that we've been talking about is like terms of sale, because we want to make it super clear and like kind of, you know, legally airtight, the process of like deductions, and do we do like returns on inventory that is like subpar condition. How does all of that work? Let's let people know as clear as possible and multiple times before they're actually selling us a batch. Most of the people, especially when we launch this beta, pretty much everyone who's going to be using the quick flips portion of the app has already sold to us through our buy list program, so nothing is going to be a surprise. But in the future, when we start like actually ramping up marketing and you know, trying to get this out to a wider audience, it's going to be really important. The clearer we can be, the more we can actually like, you know, foolproof this system, the fewer headaches it's going to result in. It's going to result in for us down the road. Let me see if there's anything else interesting here. Okay, so this right here, this is kind of cool. This is a glimpse of what a quick flips batch will look like, or also like if you create a lot, right? So basically the current process when you're trying to send us, you know, 100 games worth of inventory is you have to go into our spreadsheet, our Google Sheet, copy and paste it into your own sheet so you can edit it and then modify each of the quantities manually of the games. Like go and find alphabetically and by system the game that you have, say it's Mario Kart Wii, find it on, actually I have it pulled up right here, on this spreadsheet, and then like scroll down and say, okay, I've got one new 3DS XL for $180. I'm cool selling it for that. I'm gonna go ahead and type in one there because I have one of them, and then it automatically updates the total quantity and then the quantity up here. That's how the current system works. But with this one, you'll be able to just take the stack of games that you want to sell to us, scan, 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 and it will all show up right in this quick flips batch right here, right? And you can see, wow, this guy has a whole lot of copies of Mario Kart Double Dash here that he's trying to sell for, ooh, wow, apparently a bad price of $25 for sealed too. That's crazy. Obviously, this is just an example. And and you'll be able to see the total games and the total value of the games. And whenever you want to, whenever you feel like you have as much stuff as you want to send, you can click send batch. You can bulk scan more items in, and over here you can see your batch history, which I think, yeah, check this out. This is an example of your batch history. Everything that you have previously sold to us, the amount, the units, when it was shipped, and the status, and all of that good stuff. Folks, I hope you can tell, seeing this thing finally come together in mid-December, when 9 months ago it was literally just an idea in my head, has just got me like bouncing off the walls. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Even if you're someone who is, the cool thing that I'm also excited about is, like, even if you're not a professional reseller and you're just kind of wanting to follow along and see how this thing develops and get it on your phone and be able to play around with it and track your collection, I'm feeling even better than I did originally about creating a free version that has some actual valuable features that anyone can use completely risk-free, and then also the paid version, which I did get confirmation from my developers. We will be able to design a program where if you're regularly using Quick Flips and sending us inventory, you'll automatically earn free months. So you're never actually paying for the app as long as you're sending us like a batch a month. That's the general pricing model that I feel good about. Like, I think it's got enough there that we'll be able to eventually pay back this, 6 figures that I've spent developing this thing, but also not like penalize the people who have already been partnering with us through our buy list program. Give them a much easier and more utilitarian, more comprehensive version of our buy list program that'll save them a bunch of time and continue to make both of us a lot of money, and not, force people who are regularly using to pay for it. I'm feeling really good about how this is turning out. Huge 180 from the last video, but you guys probably saw that just like, who knows, a few days ago. More updates to come.